Do I need a tune for this intake? Or what about this blow-off valve? Today, we're gonna talk about the parts you do need a tune for and the parts you don't need a tune for. My name's Alberto and welcome to my channel. I've had a lot of people recently ask me whether or not they need to tune their car for a certain part, and that's because there are certain parts on the car that change the amount of fuel or air that enter the motor, and you could potentially damage your engine without getting a tune for those parts. Let's jump right into things. Now I'm gonna keep this list as short and sweet as possible for you guys because I know other people have already covered this topic in the past, but I'm here to give you guys my variation on it as well as my honest opinions on this. Starting off with the parts that you do not need a tune for, these are parts you can throw on the car, worry-free. Any type of catback exhaust, IG's air oil separator, Cobb's if they still make theirs, any type of air oil separator or catch can that does not alter the factory PCB system, intercooler hoses, radiator hoses, aftermarket radiators, oil coolers, as well as the honorable mention here, drop-in air filters for the stock airbox. Now let's talk about these spicy, controversial parts that you do need a tune for, but depending on who you ask, you may not. Starting off this list with the most popular one, aftermarket / cold air intakes. The reason this is on this list is because I remember seeing Perrin and Grimspeed's new intakes for the 22 Plus WRX advertising that you do not need a tune for it. As you know, anytime you are changing the amount of air or volume of air entering the combustion chamber of the engine, you're gonna need a tune. Next up on this list, everybody loves more exhaust sounds, downpipes. Callus or catted downpipes. You're gonna get a check engine light if you throw these downpipes on the car, and on top of that, you're also messing with the fuel trims, therefore you're gonna need a tune. And last on this list, blow-off valves. Regardless of the brand, anytime you're running a blow-off valve that is atmospheric, i.e. venting to the atmosphere, you're gonna need a tune because you are venting air that the ECU is thinking is going to get recirculated back into the system, therefore you're gonna need a tune for it. And last on this list, parts that you absolutely 100% are gonna need a tune for, things like bigger injectors, bigger turbo, fuel pumps, flex fuel kits, things like that that are going to increase cylinder pressures, increase the volume of air. Those are all things you're gonna need a tune for. Now I would show you guys more examples of the parts I just mentioned throughout the video on the STI. However, the STI is still torn apart for those of you that just tuned in on this video. We're getting ready to throw the STI back on the dyno next month, but before we do, we still have parts that we need to install on the STI like Walbro 450s, as well as Radium's dual hanger. So those are all parts that we're gonna be needing to install, and if you guys are interested in checking any of those out, make sure to subscribe. And just to quickly recap here, anything cosmetic, pitch stop, shift knobs, battery tie downs, go crazy with them. You can do whatever you want. Anything after the catalytic converter, go crazy with them. Anytime you are changing the amount of air or fuel entering the engine, that's when you're gonna need a tune. Hopefully I see you guys in the future videos because these are all installs that you guys won't want to miss out. I'm very, very excited to see what the STI finally makes. Hopefully we have no issues on the dyno. So until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.